Library to listen to the speeches from the community leaders and the leaders around the world. So, to begin that ceremony,
which way? This way or that way?
Been taken to the street, the demonstrators, the protesters they knew very well that there was a lot of risk to themselves as well as risk to security to their families. And why did they do that? Why did they take to the street? Knowing that they would be arrested, they would be tortured. Because they wanted to set themselves free from the yoke of tyranny, military tyranny. Because they wanted to set themselves free from the clutch of slavery, from the clutch of poverty, from the clutch of injustices. And that was why they took to the street. The Burmese people had done what they ought to do. They had made extreme sacrifices. They have made ultimate sacrifices. It's up to the international now. It's the international community to act now. The rally we are in here is in Melbourne, which also implies that the Australian government needs to act as well. The Australian government needs to...
Ladies and gentlemen, a strong UN action against the ongoing crackdown is needed to promote regional peace and security, because the threat to a regional security is a threat to the rest of the world. Now, when we look in Burma, far away from the millions and the main city and the internet, there is another terrible story. Civil war, landmines, villages burned to the ground, women raped, children wandering without parents, the dead and the refugees, and thousands and thousands of displaced people in Burma, too many to count. Democracy is not the final question for Burma. Ladies and gentlemen, for the lasting peace on Burma, to stop the genocidal civil war, to start a tripartite peace negotiation between the three main groups in Burma.
Trade unions have been banned in Burma since the military took over back in 1962. It's very risky for anyone to organize, to express dissent, to have any form of democracy at a workplace, on the street, at the national level. You all know that in 1990, when the elections were held, and over 80% of the votes went to the National League for Democracy, the party has not been allowed to take power. The military has instead stopped all forms of dissent. Thank you for coming here today and representing the people who can no longer stand on the streets safely in Burma. Thank you for coming and expressing your solidarity with them. Radio stations here in Australia are covering this event today, as they are in Brisbane, Sydney and Perth. and in cities all around the world. It really makes a difference that you're here today. It makes a difference because the Australian government can see that it's people on the streets who are concerned for the Australian government to now take action.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to say that Amnesty International strongly supports the International Day of Action around the situation in Burma. Detainees should not be held in secret places of detention and must be granted access to independent lawyers, medical personnel and to family members. Amnesty International fears that the risk of torture and other ill treatment in Myanmar remains high as widespread patterns of abuse of detainees, particularly during interrogation and pretrial detention, have become entrenched in Myanmar in a culture of total impunity spanning several decades.
Thank you, everyone.
You have to start next week.